Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 546.
The sexiest podcast on the network.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Still running strong or whatever.
Right,
Hi, Bryan.
right. Hey, Tony.
How's it going, man?
It's going.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. And, my computer's wanting to run stupid slow today for some reason.
Very convenient.
Yep. Having a lazy day, I guess.
I mean, you'll have that sometimes, huh?
Yep.
What
It's
you
weird,
gonna do?
'cause I don't have a lot of tabs open. I didn't have a bunch of programs, but when I first started it or woke it up from its Odin sleep, it was real logy.
Yeah, don't you just hate that shit?
Yeah. It's like, what do you have to be tired from? You're just sitting here.
Yeah,
Come on.
you're just chilling, bro.
Like, geez.
How dare you?
Yeah. What a jerk.
What a jerk
But,
indeed.
what do you Mm-hmm.
I'm also having jerk problems with computers, just to let you know.
I'm sure if you asked our computers, they'd be saying that they're having jerk problems too.
Yeah, they'd be like, for sure, operator error, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I keep I'm waiting on his email, and it pops up like, oh, here's your email. It's downloading one new message, and then nothing appears.
I'm that.
I'm already just be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just deal with this later.
That's the right move.
Yeah, it's just weird. You know how it is. You want stuff to work.
Yeah.
And when it doesn't work, it becomes a first world problem.
Yes.
So bright. So how's Bryan today?
Not too bad. It's been things have been slower this past week. Well, it's not been that long since we recorded, but
True.
The weekend was pretty non-eventful and whatever, and finally got out of the house for the first time, in a while because I'd only been out to get my COVID test
right
last week, and once I got the negative results for that, I
had an orgy.
Yeah. I mean, as you do,
like you do.
Yeah, so no, we went out, and grabbed something to eat. So it was just nice to get out of the house for a little while again.
Yeah,
I get it's because it's not like the weather's nice to where it's like, well, I can still, go sit on the porch or something, for a little bit. I mean, I could have, but
right.
I would have looked like Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining.
100% right.
Yeah,
100% right there.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, spoilers for a movie like as old as we are.
Exactly. How dare you, Bryan?
Yeah,
how dare you,
fault.
sir?
Sorry. Yeah, so it was nice. There were a couple days where I would just, look to see if there were any packages on the porch or anything, and I'd kind of just stand outside for a couple minutes and, just get that nice cold air because I've been so congested because of how our weather's been.
It's been shit.
And I'm sure you can still hear it. I'm congested still. I'm sniffling. It's just every day for a good week and a half or so now. I've just been like this, and it's just all sinus,
right?
Because a lot of times, like after I take my medicine, it's good for a little while, and then it isn't.
It's good until it's not good.
Yeah, it just goes right back to the way it was. And like, oh well, what can you do?
Yeah, right.
So it's not like it's anything new. I've been dealing with sinus issues since I was like 12, so it's just standard fare for me. But
still though.
Yeah. It's just nice, every once in a while, like I said, just stand outside and that brisk cold air kind of opens everything up for a minute or two. And
you know what else works?
Like capsaicin?
I was to say just inhale a big old nostril full of horseradish.
Yeah, it's funny. My mom actually mentioned that because that's something she's always kind of done when she's had like a congestion, is just get a snout full of horseradish and
fuck you up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you remember years ago, I had like a nasal spray that had capsaicin in it, and it was something that I only
called Mace.
Oh, dude, it
That
was.
was mace.
It probably was, honestly. It was. I mean, it was pepper spray, literally, and you put it up your nose, and
Right?
boy, I'll tell
Like
you
with a
though,
rubber
it opens you up.
hose.
No, you silly
Oh,
goose.
my bad.
But boy, that stuff opened you up though. But boy, did it burn like fire.
I
So
mean, you'll also, as I've said before, you'll have that.
yeah. I was it was one of those where I saved it for it was very much like almost you keep it in the medicine cabinet in a in case of emergency break glass kind of thing, you know.
Right, right.
It's not something you want to use every day because I was kind of afraid like is this even safe to use frequently? Like it feels like it would just nuke the inside of your nose, you know, those sensitive tender membranes in
Well, it's
there.
like, what was that, Afrin or whatever? They're like, I can't use it every day. Why? I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
There's got to be a
Oh,
reason.
well, dude, I have oh, what is it? I have a prescription nose spray and they actually told me to point it away from the cartilage in your nose, you know, in the middle
Right?
because it can eat the cartilage in your nose.
That's fucking sick.
So when I spray it, you're supposed to tilt it away from that and spray it and then kind of, you know, sniff to get it to go up into your nasal canal.
Huh. Apparently,
Yeah.
nasal spray addiction is a thing.
Also that, yeah.
I mean, is that like, you remember, was it My
Cocaine.
Strange
Oh,
Addiction?
yeah,
And
yeah.
the one lady was like addicted to canned air. It's like I'm
Yeah.
walking on sunshine.
Well, yeah, you're doing whippets. I
Basically.
mean,
You whip it. Oh, you whip it.
yeah. Oh
Good
man.
times.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why it was funny when my, you know, my doctor prescribes this for me and she's like, "Oh yeah, just so you know, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Wait, why?" And she's like, "Oh, it can eat the cartilage in your nose." And I'm like, "Oh, that's
Like this sounds
fantastic."
like bullshit, Doc, but also really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
Like, all right, well, hey, I mean, it works, but you know, I just got to be careful, I
I
guess.
mean, I
I don't know.
guess.
Yeah.
Or if you're not gonna be careful, you gotta be at least cool.
Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
I just have, you know, I'll just have them sculpt me a new nose
Oh
later.
yeah, that's what they do in
Yeah.
Hollywood, brother.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, you know, put a couple toothpicks in there to hold it up
Yeah,
until
like
they,
splints.
you know. Yeah.
Get some like a little bit of cardboard, like you're pouring like a post foundation or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd be all right.
Yeah, exactly. No problem.
Whatever. It's all good. It's good in the hood.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know
Sure.
what's happening.
I really don't either.
Oh, same here. I said, man, I'm
But yeah,
fucking
that's
tired for some reason.
well, you know, it's 9 o'clock. I mean,
I mean, you're not wrong.
getting close to your bedtime, man, or
You
past
are
it.
100% accurate there. I'm a tired boy.
Yeah.
Like I was plus I was saying, before we recorded, like I was up later than I normally am last night and
Like 9:30.
something like
Yeah.
that. And like every
Yeah.
day I sleep like shit basically.
Yeah.
You know.
Thank God that has finally kind of shifted for me to where remember we were talking about that the last time we recorded and I was like God, I was like I keep waking myself up cuz I'm snoring cuz I'm so congested.
Yeah.
That has finally kind of gone by the wayside a little. I'm still doing it a little bit, but I'm not waking up with that horrific sore throat and all that feeling going on.
I mean, I wish.
I mean, I was getting to a point I was about to just seriously get some duct tape and tape my dang jaw shut. You know?
I mean, I've heard that's a fix. Like I was looking, trust me, I've gone down the rabbit hole looking at anti-snoring shit.
Right.
And one of them is the like some sort of bizarro chin strap.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how it works. I don't know if I could even sleep with something wrapped around my head like that.
I don't think I could. Well, it's like also I heard Nikki Glazer talk about. Have you seen that stuff that's like tape that goes over your mouth?
No.
To keep you from mouth breathing, basically. And it's got like real fine, like you won't suffocate. Like you can still breathe through it. But what it doesn't allow you to do is just have your mouth agape while you're sleeping, because that's bad for your teeth. It's bad for your overall breathing. Like, you're supposed to breathe through your nose when you sleep, but for some reason, humans, like, as through the night, our jaw relaxes and then just
Right.
and unfortunately, some of us start cutting down big trees when that happens.
Oh boy, do we, buddy.
Yeah.
Boy, do we.
That's why I said it only happens for me if I'm congested, exhausted, or if I sleep on my back.
Right.
If I sleep on my side, I don't do it very much. But I've noticed the last couple of weeks, I've been snoring like a wildebeest even
Oh,
when I'm on
God,
my side
it's the fucking worst.
because I'm so congested. So yeah,
It is the worst.
my neti pot's not getting the job done. It's like, what I need is something I can just cram up my nose that just permanently keeps it open.
String cheese.
String cheese. Yeah. That's the
Oh
perfect
wait,
answer.
keep it open. Never mind.
Yeah, I'll be like, yeah.
You need like dried pasta, like rigatoni or something.
You know what I was gonna say what I need to those shake straws that they make that are huge.
Oh yeah, the heavy gauge shake straws.
Yeah. A couple of those just crammed up my nose. Metal ones, of course, because I care about the environment.
Well,
but
yeah, of course. Naturally.
Can you imagine sleeping with something like that up your nose?
No,
Oh,
I can actually.
It's really funny because like when you have like those surgeries like where they open your sinuses up more or your the nasal passageway,
Right.
they basically they put tubes in your nose and you have to keep them in there for a while until they can finally, until basically the area is healed and then they can take them out. Because basically what they're doing is they're putting them in there to hold the form.
Right.
And then they take them out. My brother talked about it when he had that done. He's like, it felt so weird. And I was like, yeah. I was like, well, how are you supposed to get your finger up there to pick around, though?
Yeah,
I mean,
how are you supposed to dig around and be cool?
man, I guess you switch to a dental pick or something,
Right. Fucking A.
Yeah.
Fucking A, right.
No, so how's your week been?
It's been a week. I mean, whatever, The
Yeah.
weekend was all right. I mean, Leah hung out with us. We didn't really do much, which
Yeah.
is okay.
Right.
Ugh, snow, though, brother.
Yeah.
Like, I've
It's
shoveled
weird
snow 2 days in a row now. It's bullshit.
Well, like we said on the last episode, right? We were like, I was talking about how the weatherman was just, oh yeah, we haven't had any snow. And I was like, we're bound to get some now. And sure enough, I mean, it's not a lot of snow,
Yeah.
but it's enough.
It is definitely enough.
It's about 5 inches, 4 inches out there or so.
Like that. Fucking annoying is what it is.
Yeah, like I said, it's not a lot because like Fluffy Boney Ash told me they got like 3 feet of snow like a week ago. So
right.
I ain't bitching too hard about it, but also it's enough snow that you don't want to go out in it, and it makes driving tough for a lot of people for some reason.
Well, because it's like people forget what the hell they're doing once summer hits.
Yeah. So true. People live here all their lives. The second we get any snow, there's like a 40-car accident.
Like, oh shit, I'm sliding. Jam the brakes.
Right. And everyone behind you does the same thing,
And
basically.
everyone slides off, and the secret is,
you're like, what?
Just let off the gas and say a quick prayer to baby Jesus.
Yeah. See, what I would do is just throw my hands in the air and scream.
You just don't care.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And everything will just work itself out.
All work out in the end.
Right.
No, I ended up working Saturday, which kind of sucked. But I mean, it was something I had to do for my own sanity, to get some shit handled.
Oh, fair enough.
Myself, put some earbuds in, and organize a bunch of shit. And it was like, I was gonna go in early because I'm like, all right, I hate waking up early, but the earlier I go in, the earlier I'll be done, and the earlier I'm home. So I'm like, I'm gonna set my alarm, and I'm gonna be at work at 5:30.
Yeah.
Whatever. Because I was working by myself, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, right.
And like, I woke up and I was like, man, I gotta throw a mad piss. And I was like, I felt good. I'm like, my alarm's gonna go off probably in 15 minutes. I was gonna get up. And I got up and I grabbed my phone, and it was 3:45. And I was very upset.
I mean, at least you knew you could make it to work by
I ended
5:30.
up going in at 4:30.
Yeah, I
I
don't
was like,
doubt
you
it.
know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm awake.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, if you can get in there and get what you want done, you're already awake.
Yeah,
You know
I was
odds are
awake. I knew.
you're not gonna go back to
Yep,
sleep.
exactly. I was
Yeah.
like, whatever. I'm just gonna, and I'm glad I did because I could have been there for a whole 8 hours and not gotten everything done I needed to get done. So I'm
Yeah.
just glad I got as much done as I could. Plus, sweet, sweet overtime.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, man, that was rough, buddy. Like
Yeah,
I think it was
I
about
bet.
10 o'clock, and I had my first couch nap.
Right. Are you the type that like if you know something like that's coming, like you can't really sleep
Oh,
real
hell
well
no, I'm
beforehand?
out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like me, whenever I have an appointment or something, I sleep like hot
Oh
garbage.
no, I just like I usually wake up before my alarm though. But I
Yeah.
always like as soon as I mean you can ask Michelle. Basically, as soon as my head hits the pillow and I go, "Hey, invasive AI unit in the room, good night," and then
Yeah.
I'm done.
Oh, you don't even have to tell yourself to sleep
No,
anymore,
no,
huh?
I've ascended.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Dang, that's next level
yep.
now.
I just yeah, it's like as soon
Jeez.
as I close my eyes and I like snuggle in a little bit, it's over.
Just power
Oh yeah,
down.
it's
Yep.
crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah. Man, the same thing happens. Like I said, it happens on the couch. I'll just be laying like on the couch, even sitting on the couch. I have a blanket on something. I'm just like, oh, how long
Well,
was I
yeah,
asleep?
we've
You
talked.
know?
Yeah, you're not allowed to sit on a couch with a blanket on you because you might as well just go to
Yeah,
bed.
you're not wrong.
Yeah. I've seen it so many times where as soon as you get that blanket on you, you get all snuggly and then it's
Yeah, I
over.
mean,
There's just
you are correct.
yeah. Yep.
But I did, Brian,
Yeah.
uh, get my future beer fridge this weekend.
Oh,
I
did
did.
you? Excellent.
Yes, yes. Michelle's parents got a new fridge, or they were planning on it. And it was just kind of waiting for it to show up, and then got the call.
Yeah.
Got our fridge. Come pick up the old one. And I'm like, Logan, I need your truck, and I need your manhood. Let's do
Right.
this. And yeah, so I got a fridge chilling in my garage right now. And I got to start taking measurements so I can plan out the kegerator. Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think we're gonna, take the handles off, give it a sweet paint job.
Yeah.
Why not?
Make it look like a giant dildo.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get. Yeah.
exactly.
That would be very
That'd be
odd.
super odd.
Like, what the? Why did you pick this decoration?
Like, what do you mean? It's fucking sick. And open up that dick and get me a beer.
Yeah. What'd be funny is if you could, make it look like something else, but it also very much looks like a full-on set of dick
Oh
and
yeah.
balls. Like, what are you talking about? That's a perfect replica of my Pinewood Derby car
Like what?
from when I was a child.
Nothing. The Pinewood Derby car just looks like a dick.
Yeah. Just the flashback of you going, it looks like a dick.
Yes. But
Yep.
yeah, so I'm pretty stoked about that. I think that's cool. I
Yeah.
mean, it sucks though because it's so cold right now that
Yeah.
it's like I don't want to go out in my garage and rearrange shit.
Yeah.
I don't even
Yeah.
want to be outside.
Right.
It's like I even like as soon as I got the fridge home, I was like, all right, when's the next warm quote unquote day gonna be? And by that I mean like 40 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
February.
looked at it, it's like, nope, not in any time not in the near future, according to my weather app.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's why I watched the weather last night, and like the next 10 days, the warmest day is like freezing. It's like 32
Yeah, it
degrees.
sucks.
So, yep.
So
All that balmy weather we were having through our winter
yeah,
finally
finally came to an
kind
end.
of blew away. Yep.
Not that I'm looking to like assemble my kegerator tomorrow. I don't even have any parts.
I mean, maybe.
But I have been looking online at them, like trying to figure out where
Sure.
I can get the the best deals, basically, because I'm
Well,
bargain
I mean,
Billy over here.
you got to plan so that once warm weather's here, you're not you're not behind in
You
the
are
game.
correct. Plus, I got to measure out the inside of the fridge, see how many kegs I can fit in there, little corny kegs. I got to have room for my CO2 tank.
Right.
The whole thing, Brian.
Right.
But
It is.
it kind of it's got me stoked though, because I'm ready to start brewing beer again.
Yeah, yeah. Can understand that.
Oh god, that tea is so hot. Why hasn't it cooled
Still?
off yet?
Because you have it in an
I
insulated cup.
know. It's so hot.
I don't it's not gonna cool off. Like you might have to take the lid off of
Nah,
it
it's too
to
much work. All the way
all
over
right.
there.
Yeah.
Oh,
You need a delivery, like a drone to bring you some
that
ice.
would be dope. I could just open. Well, I'm not opening the window. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I can just open my window and set it outside on the roof.
Oh, I was gonna say what, scoop some snow into it. Yeah.
Nothing like delicious roof snow.
Well, you don't scoop the
Yeah,
bottom
it's
stuff.
top
You just
layer
get
only.
the surface. Yeah. Just the yellow stuff,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. Delicious.
Yep.
So you remember from the end of November, the infamous Tony got hacked on Thanksgiving?
Yes.
The reason I got hacked, right, is a dude that I hung out with on Thanksgiving like 5 years ago. That's where I got that Facebook message. Is this you in this video? And I'm like, shit, it might be. I had Thanksgiving with that guy in Florida like a few years ago. And I got fucked.
Yeah.
The same guy, he got hacked again. And he sent me another fucking message.
Oh my.
And my thought is, well, one, I like blocked his ability to send me Facebook messages because I'm like, I can't.
That's a
like,
smart
I just
move.
can't.
Yeah.
But how do you let that happen to yourself again?
Probably because when he reset his password, he probably, just changed like one thing on it, so it was easy for them to figure out.
I just don't.
Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he just added a 6 at the end.
Because it seems like with these hacks, because people at my work got hacked because they clicked it like a bunch of idiots. It seems like you got to click that link for it to like engage.
Yes. Yeah. It got a lot of people, and unfortunately, a lot of them were older people because
they don't read so good.
Yeah, maybe it is me in that video.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, is it the Zapruder film from Dallas?
Maybe.
But I just don't know how, like, I feel bad that I fell for it. I know better.
Right.
I don't know how you fall for it twice.
Right.
And it's the same fucking message.
Right? You just picture the guy the first time. You're like, you know what? Shit happens. We've all probably done it at some point where you click on something is either sketchy or you shouldn't click on it. But curiosity gets the better of you or whatever it is. And but the second time be like, well, I better make sure it wasn't me.
Well, that's what gets me is it was the.
How do you not go, wait a minute, I am not falling for this again.
The Facebook message that was sent to me was the exact same one. Hey, is this you in this video? And it's like, when I clicked it, everybody on my Facebook page got that same message. So obviously he must have been like, maybe it is.
Yeah.
But I know he's not going to listen to this podcast, so I don't give a shit. I won't name names, but you're an idiot.
Listen, I'm going to go ahead and say if he does listen to the podcast,
you're an idiot.
Buddy, learn from your mistakes, please.
Stop clicking sketchy shit.
Don't trust every link that comes through Facebook. In fact, trust no links that come through Facebook Messenger or whatever.
Don't trust Facebook. It's like when I see, and some of them are, dear friends.
Yeah.
But when it's like, obviously a phishing spam account with just some beautiful, buxom woman, and it's like, you have 2 mutual friends, and I'm like, I already know who these people are. And I click the profile, and I'm like, yep, those are the guys that I knew were going to friend that lady. That's clearly a robot.
Like, damn it, Stu. I click them all. I don't even care.
I just I don't know, man.
Yeah. It
makes my head hurt.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you learned from.
Oh yeah, once I got that other one, I was like, I'm like, I don't want to unfriend this guy. Not that I even talk to him, but sometimes it just seems like a dick move. But I'm like, I gotta do something. And I saw the little 3 dots, and I'm like, ooh. what sort of actions is this going to provide me? And one of them was, block Facebook messages from. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. You done
Yep.
fucked up, Aaron.
Yep. Like we're not letting this come through anymore. That's fair though.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna take the chance.
No, I don't blame you because it's a mess. Well, and also like some people when they have something like that happen, Facebook can be a real son of a bitch when it comes to trying to get your account back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was one time where my mom got something similar happened to her, and oh my god, it took forever to get her account back. We had to keep authenticating this and then contacting this other thing because there is no Facebook customer service you directly contact. They straight up tell you to go to this forum and talk to other Facebook users on how to solve
Oh,
problems.
wow.
I shit you not. And
I mean, kind of funny, but wow.
So when something does go to them for them to review your account, once you've changed this or this, there's no time frame on it. It can take as long as they want it to take.
That's just your sign right there. You shouldn't be on Facebook anymore.
Oh, 100%.
Like, oh yeah, I forgot. This is trash.
Yeah. And like I said, when it happened to my mom, I think it took us the better part of a month to get her account back.
You should introduce her to TikTok.
Oh man, dude. Well, you know how it is. It's like if it was me, I'd just be like, oh well, I guess I'm not using Facebook anymore.
I would have done the same shit. Like,
well, here's my sign.
Although, except the fact I do like Instagram. So if they would have been like, we got your Instagram too, then I'd be like, fuck, I kind of want that.
Oh yeah, there's that. But for my mom, she only uses Facebook. She doesn't use any of the other social media stuff. So it's like, it's a different story. It means more to, her is because she talks to a lot of her friends that way. It's like, this sucks. Like you straight up, just steal they just lock the account and there's no one to freaking talk to about it. It's like every other, like if your account gets locked on Twitter, you can at least email Twitter support.
Yeah.
Same with Instagram. Even Instagram has their own support because, Instagram had a model set up before Facebook bought. It's like all these other accounts or sites have things to where they can at least, talk with you.
Well, I mean, the key thing is Facebook is shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how it's a thing still. It's so divisive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real piece of garbage.
Fucking trash.
Yep. So, I was telling you, I've been watching a lot of Food Network the last week or two. And I'll tell you, it's interesting. On one hand, it's really kind of made me want to, cook a little bit. Because, you see some stuff and you're like, man, I could make that. I could do this stuff. Yeah. Forget you. Well, wait, it's Michael Simon now. I was going to say, forget you, Bobby Flay. I can throw down. But
Michael Simon does throw down now? Not that I'm not mad at that. I like Michael Simon, but weird.
No, Bobby Flay, I don't know, maybe just didn't want to do it. Well, he's got that other show called Beat Bobby Flay. That's kind of the same idea.
What if you just start beating his ass?
Yes, that's exactly what. Oh, it's just a pit fight with him. Yeah, you can use anything you can find in the kitchen as a weapon. Yeah, but he can also.
I mean, that's fair. So, that's fair. I'm just saying, it'd be fun.
I mean, you got to be careful because he
probably pot of boiling water. Followed by the hot pot as a bludgeoning device.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Just saying.
Like, I dropped my pasta and you're just winging boiling hot balls of pasta at him.
Exactly.
Then the water, then the pot. Yeah. Oh man. But it's just the worst part is it's like growing up, like in the middle of the night, you'd be watching TV and there'd be a pizza commercial or McDonald's or whatever, and you're like, man, why are they showing this now? Like, I'm starving now. I can't
fucking starving.
And it's like, watching Food Network in the middle of the night, man. Same effect. I'm watching like diners, drive-ins, and dives going, man, I really want that, whatever the hell it is that they're making on this show. Yeah. Like, God, it's killing me. But also, like I said, I've also, looked up a few recipes and been like, all right, I think I'm gonna, maybe try some stuff, or uh,
Well,
just enjoyed watching people cooking stuff
I
anyway.
mean,
I just enjoy that.
it felt like for a while there, we were like, it never felt like we had enough time, and our cooking like definitely dropped off.
Oh yeah, for sure. Mine did
And
too.
it's like
Yeah.
I've been getting back into it myself, and it's like I forgot how much I just enjoyed.
Yeah. Well, it's like, you remember I told you it was on the last show or whatever, where I did like the steak and all, the traditional kind of steak dinner, and then the next day it was like
Yeah,
pizza. And then the day after that though, I had bought it was a black pepper and something rubbed pork loin. And I'm like you, a lot of times I don't like to get the pre-done ones, but this actually was pretty good. It wasn't salty. It was actually, I think it was because it had a real good amount of
it's a
pepper on
well
it. So
seasoned loin.
yeah. So I seized, I seared the outside of it, where the pepper was, to give it a good crust. And then, in the cast iron, right into the oven for the rest of the time. And did some butternut squash with a little brown sugar and butter, and some green beans, like, fresh green beans and whatever. And again, nothing fancy in
Right.
that. It was all real simple. But then, um, deglaze the pan just a little bit to make, just a little sauce basically to put over the top. So good.
Sauce.
Right. Also, the butternut squash with it, because it cooked, butternut squash cooks down so it's soft. So when I put in the brown sugar and butter from mixing that up, it kind of gave it not quite like applesauce consistency, but it was like dipping that pork into that and then taking that. It kind of had the pork
Pork
chops and
chops and
applesauce.
applesauce.
Yeah, it kind of had that vibe to it, and I wasn't mad at
Nice.
it. It was pretty good. So yeah,
Nicey,
like I said, with
nicey.
nothing fancy, but it was like, man, this is just, we haven't been doing this
I know,
enough.
right?
Like we had gotten way too, like, what's easiest to make. And seriously, what I just described, how to make that stuff. How hard
Yeah,
was any of that to make?
it's not that hard.
Right? It's like,
Yeah.
Jesus. Like, the pork is the only thing that takes any time in that.
Yeah, I'm with
You
you.
know,
I've had that same. Well, plus like I said maybe last I don't know in a previous episode.
previously on
I'm
Salty
trying to get
Language.
back into my clothes I enjoy wearing without feeling like a fucking sausage.
Right. You meaning, and by that you're meaning your Borat
Yeah,
thong,
of
right?
course, of course.
Nah.
They're nice, but you can't exactly you know fight that battle if you're eating processed shit. At least
Right.
that's the way I feel about it.
Yeah. It was like, even tonight, like I told you, I had some, frozen chicken wings that I threw in,
Right.
and and I'm not gonna lie, I went a little lazy tonight because I very much was thinking about doing a ginger soy sauce, or a soy chili kind of, a little sass to either dip in or toss them in, and I just went with barbecue sauce. I just went lazy. But um even with that, I chopped up some veg and threw together a salad to go with it and stuff. So at least it wasn't just just garbage. But again, it was just it.
Trash.
But it felt, even though it was like wings, fries, and a salad, it still kind of felt, complete,
Right.
because at least there was still some veg in there. It wasn't just like, oh, here's the celery and carrots that you get with your
Yeah,
wings.
enjoy.
There's
Here's
your
your
veg.
bruised celery stalk, you piece of shit.
Oh, you're not kidding too. Yeah, it's usually terrible. So yeah, the downside is that I didn't make a lot. So as we're sitting here, I'm kind of getting hungry again, because takes and they're small wings anyway. So I would have needed to eat probably a whole bag of them to fill up. But
I mean, yes, challenge accepted.
yeah,
With wings.
right. Also, I haven't had wings in a long time, because I got to where I just don't bother, because they're just such a waste of
Yeah,
money.
I haven't had wings in a long time because they're fucking expensive now.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
And I love wings.
Yeah.
But
I do
what did
too.
I say it was? Like a dozen wings is like 20 some dollars at whatever restaurant we're at. I wanted to
Yeah.
slap the waiter in the face and go kick the chef in the balls.
I mean, you could
I don't
have.
even
That would have
understand.
probably.
I do, because there's a shortage, because there's not enough people
Yeah.
working in the food plants to provide enough
Yeah.
meat for everybody, because we're
Right.
a bunch of savages.
Yeah. Also, I mean, as a country, we eat a lot of fucking
Yeah,
wings.
we do, buddy.
If
Woo! Remember
if
that used to
we
be garbage
if
meat? Now it's top tier.
yeah, yep. Well, like even Garrett was saying in our group conversation, about how he'd always grab some ground beef, to keep in the fridge or freezer,
Right.
because that's always like that's an any night there's a meal.
Yes.
No, you can figure something
A
out with
big
it.
hunk of just beef
And
frozen, just start gnawing on it.
yeah, yeah, that's all I do. Delicious. But now it's like, good lord, it's like, would you say around here it's what, about $7 or $8 for
Yeah. I was
a
trying
pound?
to look up like standard prices, and I had to, because I try not to buy like meat from like Meyer. So I was like, well, let me
Yeah,
check the butcher shops. They don't just have their prices on their website unless it's a special. So
right.
I had to look it
Yeah,
up on ye old Myers, and that's what it was going for a pound. It was like $7
yeah,
a pound for 80
right.
20. Not even like the best quality ground beef.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing though. Because it's like, I remember pre-pandemic buying 3 pounds of ground beef at Kroger, and it was like ten
Yeah, I
dollars.
know, right?
And like $7 a pound was like the organic grass-fed, you know, uh, type beef. And now that's just the whatever hits the floor, and then they throw through the grinder
Yeah.
beef.
Exactly. The
It's like,
tails and
jeez,
assholes.
delicious,
Mm-hmm.
best parts. Yeah, it's really it's tough. It's really tough when you're trying to plan food.
Right.
You know, I can't imagine. Like, thank God for like here right now. We're only two people eating at a time. So, I can't imagine if I was planning for a large family or something like that. I was like, God, I can't even imagine what the grocery bills must look
Oh,
like now.
grocery shopping
You know,
stupid expensive.
it is even for just the two, just for me and my
Yeah.
mom. It's hard to get out of the grocery store for not
I
much
know.
money
I know.
anymore, unless you really are buying cheap, you
And
know?
that's why, I'm freaking Elvin Aldi over here. Because
Yeah.
we went to
I
Kroger's tonight after we ate, because I told you we had a gift card, we ate out. And we just got the odds, and not even like the full stuff we needed, just odds and ends for
yeah,
tomorrow. I needed
right.
another bag of coffee, which I got on sale, and I needed some more tea, which I got on sale. We
Yeah.
bought what? Tortillas, um, a pound of butter, and like 6 cookies because we wanted like something like a little dessert, and it was like
Sure.
over $30.
Yeah, right. That's what I was getting at. It's like, it used to be that stuff you'd run in and run out and it'd be like 15
Yeah,
bucks, and you're like, whatever. Now I'm noticing that same thing. It's like I'm coming out of the stores going, man, what the hell did I
and like
buy?
what happened,
You know?
and then
Yeah.
like I still need to stop and get a vegetable tomorrow after work for tomorrow's dinner because all their vegetables there looked like shit. And then I
Yeah.
was like, well, how about, because I didn't want to really do canned green beans. I'm like, oh, they got green beans. I'll do some fresh ones up. And I like grab the bag and I reach in to grab a handful and I look and they're all like moldy and shit. I'm like, what? Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is this? I was so
Yeah.
disappointed. And we even went by the frozen vegetables. There's none. Except
Yeah.
for, like your mirepoix mix or however you pronounce that. And
Yeah. Right.
like, I just want to eat food.
Yeah. I know. It's tough. I know. Because I'm the same way with green beans. Most of the time, I so much rather use fresh green beans than canned,
Yeah, buddy.
and because I like them still a little firm, you know. And yeah, I'm with you. The last time I was going to buy some fresh ones from there, I was not happy with what they had. Luckily, again, I've got the joint up the
Yeah, for
road.
sure.
But even there, you got to be careful. You don't want to just
Well,
blindly
yeah,
grab
because,
handfuls. Yeah,
those veggies I think are at the end of their lifespan, which is why they're so damn cheap. But
yeah,
they're
but
so damn cheap.
Yeah. So the other move is, or if you're gonna blindly grab, you grab way more than you need. That way, if you do have to throw some away, you're not, you know, you're not going, well, we don't have enough for
Yeah,
tonight.
exactly.
So I know it's
It
crazy
is, isn't
because
it? It's insane.
you know.
I said, I don't know what's
Yep.
happening.
Well, it was like the other night I was thinking about this, and because yeah, one of the Triple D shows, this guy made meatloaf, and I was like, man, we haven't had meatloaf in a while. Kind of sounds good because you and I both have an
Fuck
affinity
yeah, the
for
loaf
the
of
loaf,
meat.
and haven't had it in a while, and I like the homemade meatloaf. So, and then it's like, but when you think about it, it's like, God, it's with beef at the price it is. It's almost like you don't want to make a meatloaf because it's not. That used to be like one of the cheapest damn meals you could
Yes.
eat. To the point that an episode of Roseanne, when she's working with the home ec class, that's what she shows them how to make because they're lower class.
Right.
Because it's like you can get beef cheap. You can get cornflakes as your binder, and blah blah blah, and all the stuff involved is super cheap. And now it's like, God, like Garrett said, you feel like you want to put a monocle on when you have
Yeah,
ground
like,
beef
"Whoa,
now.
look at this fancy meal we're eating, Margaret.
Is that a hamburger
Oh, you don't say. Yes.
with cheese? Like, oh, I can't afford cheese, not on what I make.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
So yeah, and the thing is, like, I'm not really complaining
Oh,
as
I
much
am.
as it's just like, and this isn't even the I remember when cheese was a nickel like type stuff either. It's just like it wasn't that long ago. The stuff was way cheaper. It's amazing how fast
Yeah.
inflation's hit the food, or worse, as you're starting to see some of the stuff. What do they call it?
Yeah.
Shrinkflation. Where you just get less, but the price stays the same. So literally, the per ounce price has gone up. And when I shop, a lot of times that's the price point I use and make my decisions on. You know, if something's 5 cents per ounce, but if I buy the next size up, it drops it to like 3 cents an ounce. A lot of times I'll do that because it's like, well, we'll use it, so I'll buy it when it's a little cheaper than the other. I know in the short term you spend more money, but in the long term you spend a little less,
Right.
But now, you're seeing some of it. I saw, was it Domino's just announced that they're dropping the amount of wings in their order from 10 to 8,
Yeah, but they're garbage.
but the prices, yeah, but the price is staying the
Well,
same,
even more garbage.
so it's,
You like raw
yes,
pizza dough? That's my Domino's
yes,
experience. Like, I'll take my
that was all
pizza medium rare.
yeah.
Thanks.
I like it where it's gummy. Not chewy. If you get it to chewy, you've gone too far.
Yeah. No, I don't want that chewy crust.
Yeah, I want it to be like a piece of bubble gum with capicola on
Yeah,
it.
well, gabagool.
Ugh,
It
gross.
It was. I still have a free
Yeah.
pizza from them. Never cashed it in because fuck those guys.
I'm with you. That's the place I've never cared for.
It's trash.
Anyway,
Trash.
we've yammered, bitched like
I know
old
we
men
are.
for
We've been
long enough.
bitching for like an hour. We should
Yeah.
probably do something fun.
Well, speaking of old
Okay.
men, no, I'm kidding. But this past week, Meatloaf and Louie Anderson both
Speaking of
passed
Meatloaf,
away. Yeah. Oh, dude, there was a WWE wrestler that she posted something like the day he died, something along the lines of like, wow, I just had meatloaf tonight or something like that. And people have given her so much shit over it. And I'm like, yeah, it was bad taste, but it's really not that bad.
like the day he died, Weber Grills emailed everybody like, "Here's a grilled
Oh,
meatloaf
dude,
recipe,"
right.
and then they're like, "Oh god!"
Yeah.
It's like it's really.
Meanwhile, I'm like, let me hear that
Yeah,
recipe because I'll tell
yeah,
you what,
exactly.
you put a nice little crust on the outside of that meatloaf, mwah, chef's
I
kiss.
mean, I just like I don't understand all the backpedaling over it. Like, okay, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
it was bad timing, but it's not like they're like, he finally died, guys. Send the recipe,
Yeah. Yeah. Meatloaf's death celebratory meatloaf.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
we're sending
Yeah.
you the official loaf out of hell recipe.
Right. Loaf.
It's just it doesn't make sense.
We've sent you 3 of these recipes. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah, another recipe from our dead celebrity collection.
Like, yeah, right. Yeah, that would
You
be.
know, it's like no, that's not what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, even Marin posted an interview with Louie Anderson that he had
Right.
done. And I even saw in the comments on there, and people were like, "Oh, you're just trying to," and it's like, "Oh, yeah. I mean, sure, of course, that is part of what you're
absolutely.
doing, right? Let's call a
Yeah,
spade a
if we
spade. We
interviewed
do
Louie
the
Anderson,
same.
we would have done the same shit.
Absolutely. And but on top of that, it's like, no, he thought he had a good talk with him, and he just the same as he did with Robin Williams and others in the past. It's like he's meaning no disrespect. He's just like, hey, if you want to go hear them, here's, it's like, come on. And in my head, I'm going, okay, but no one gives Netflix a bunch of shit if they put Fight Club back into their rotation the day after he dies.
Like, recommended Fuller House.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Or, hey, go watch Baskets, which, by the way, you should go watch Baskets. It's a great show. And Louie Anderson is phenomenal on that show. But you know what I'm saying? It's like nobody shits all over that, but it's the same idea. Like, you don't think Hulu, moving up Golden Girls as a suggested title wasn't on purpose the day after Betty White?
That's coincidence.
Yeah. Right. Or them talking, showing Bob Saget, led shows on there, like America's Funniest Videos or something like that.
Repeats of stuff you can watch on YouTube, but no one's watched on YouTube in 10 years. We got that for you.
Yes. Right.
You remember what we used to do before YouTube? It's now streaming as well.
Right. It's called YouTube. That's just. But that was, I don't know. That always bugs me.
It bugs me too.
But I reading some of this stuff. What I do, like, after celebrities die, it's interesting sometimes though when people will bring up facts about them that maybe you didn't know, or little known stuff about them or whatever. Like, I didn't know, like, and this is not hidden knowledge, I just never bothered to know. I didn't know Meatloaf sold over 100 million albums.
I didn't know that either.
Right? I mean, that's a lot of albums.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of albums. I did know he had bitch
so
tits. Hey,
yes, his name's Robert.
Paulson.
Fuck, I forgot what it was. Paulson. Yeah, damn it. But he was in a bunch of movies and all sorts of stuff. He had a hell of a career.
Hell of a career, but I gotta say, I've never been a fan. I mean, I liked him in movies, but his music just never did it for me.
That never did for me either. That's fine though. Louie Anderson. It was funny. I forgot who it was the other day. Asked me who Louie Anderson was because they just couldn't remember. And I was like, he's the only white guy in Coming to America.
I mean, you're not wrong. It's pretty accurate.
Yeah. But, I was like, he was bigger in, like the 80s as a stand-up. And then, kind of faded a little bit as far as from the big-time public eye. But then, like I said, he got cast as the mom on Baskets. And, oh, my God, he's so good. So yeah. And reading so many comedians talk about how he was super generous with his time. Like, he'd stay after or he'd stand around and watch other comedian sets and talk to them about them and different stuff, and just seemed like a real nice guy toward other comedians. Like, really tried to help others build their craft. So that's pretty cool. You always like hearing stories like that, not, versus the thank God that motherfucker's dead, like
about damn time.
Yeah. Or the old obligatory, so-and-so died, but this guy's still alive.
Right.
Type references, yeah. But, yeah, it's.
I know, right?
Yeah. I guess I don't know if Baskets was done, but I can't imagine them really. They might be able to get a little bit of material out of the character losing his mom, basically, but then the show's going to feel empty without that character. I think. I just think the better move is to probably just leave the show alone and whatever. I don't know. I haven't read anything about what the plans are for it. If there are any. Like I said, it might have already been done. I'm not completely caught up on it. I still got part of the last season to watch.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah, buddy.
Yep. All right. Yep.
I mean, I don't know if you saw this. I just saw it tonight, right before we started recording.
Yeah.
But big old congratulations to former enthusiast guest Kasey Pierce.
Yeah.
She apparently got married.
Yeah, I saw that too. What's funny is she had a post on her Instagram that said something about practicing her new name, and I'm like, you know. And then today she posted the thing about getting married. So
Yeah.
I was kind of already leaning that that was what happened, but I was, you know, you never know. Sometimes people, you know, maybe they don't want to carry one side of their family's name anymore, so they switch to the other, or maybe they, you know, I had no idea if she was previously married, you know, that kind of stuff. So I, you know, didn't know for sure where we were going, but
Well, it was like
congrats to
for
her.
me, it was like I kept seeing or I was scrolling through my page. And I'm like, who is this person? Because it was like Kasey. I don't want to throw out her
Yeah,
new
right,
last name.
Yeah,
It
I
was
know what
like
you're saying.
Kasey, blah blah blah, and I'm like, I don't know who this. And then I click on it. I was like, holy shit!
Right.
Like, oh, it's that Kasey. So I had to throw a little congratulations on it,
Sure.
you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, I mean, good on her. I had no idea. I mean,
Yeah.
because obviously, I was just pulling up our interview with her so we can, throw it in the show links. It's from 6 years ago.
Oof. Yeah.
6 years, Brian.
Right. And that's just us, just, you know, taking advantage too of you know, her current, you know, being back in our news. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. No,
that's bullshit, man. 6 years,
that's quite a while. Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah. If I believe right, she was driving while she was interviewing with us
I
too.
don't remember anymore. I remember we talked a lot about Conan, and
Yeah.
it was a fun time. And then I've ran into her a couple times at different comic conventions since, and it's always good to see her.
Right.
But now I'm like, I don't even know who this person is. Who are you?
Yeah.
What?
That's right.
Shit's crazy. No,
Yep.
but no, congratulations to her. If she even still listens to the show,
Right.
probably
Yeah.
not. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm a little sad, but I'll be fine.
Will you though? Will you? Well, you know, I know how much you love a reboot.
I do love a reboot.
You're the biggest fan ever of
Massive
reboots.
fan of reboots.
Right. So NBC ordered a pilot.
Do you say a pile of shit?
No, well, we'll see. A pilot for a reboot of Quantum Leap. As of the announcement, Scott Bakula was not attached.
Scott, not Bakula.
Yeah.
Heyo. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
How's he supposed to do it without his buddy Al?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, somebody else could be Al.
Ow, that's bullshit.
Well, I mean, maybe some programmer deemed that Al was like an old, you know, outdated program, and they just updated it to Al 2.0.
Yeah, but that would be bullshit. Everyone knows it.
What if they cast me as Al?
Well, then I'm down. And
All
I'll
right.
play the role of, Scott Beckham or whatever the fuck is.
Pack him up. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever the character's name is. I don't remember anymore. Dr. Alan Quaid.
No.
I don't know.
It was Dr. Sam Beckett.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know the biggest thing that scares me in this? Well, no, like
The
the
fact
concept.
they're rebooting one of classic TV shows of all time.
Yeah. This show is a show that you can recast and have it set in the future somewhere and not shit all over the original. You know, you don't have to pretend this is the same show, but it's just with different people. You know what I mean? Like this could be like his daughter or a colleague or whoever, right? And like I said, you can reboot the Al 2.0 and Ziggy and all that kind of stuff,
Right.
and not really shit all over the old one.
But I have a feeling they're going to.
Oh, me too, 100%. What I would love to see is I would love to see Scott Bakula like involved somehow, like his character to be involved in it
Yeah, I mean that would be cool.
to some extent. Like maybe he's finally, you know, I don't know, maybe there's some reason that someone needs to go through it. Neither he, like, okay, he can't go through it anymore, but someone else can, or something to that effect. I don't know, but
What if, Brian?
we'll see.
What if they bring his character back, right?
Mhm.
But it's just sad because like he's been leaping for decades and he still can't get home.
Or he finally gets home, right? Realizes that Al is actually dead.
Right.
And just doesn't want to live in this reality anymore because all his other friends are dead and stuff too. Because like you say, he's been just leaping around so long that like nobody knows who he is anymore. Like his wife has moved on. Is like everybody in his life has just moved forward without him. Kind of like Castaway when Tom Hanks comes home.
It's kind of along the lines, like I'm just kind of skimming this. It says that the team, and during the reboot, is going to be reportedly searching for his character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, see that I don't mind
it's not
that.
really a reboot as it is almost like a sequel.
Okay. See, that's what I was saying before. Like, I think this is a very much a show you can go forward with it a little bit.
Right.
Honor the show, but not shit on the old one. Unlike a lot of these reboots like Magnum PI and stuff, to where it's like, oh, we're going to completely just shift the whole show and keep the name, basically.
Right.
So, okay, I could live with that. I'm curious to hear the opening part of it, though. Is
if they don't do a variation of it, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, be cool if by the time they found him, he's become like a mad scientist and a villain, and
I mean that would be a cool twist. They end up finding him, and he's like Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, he's deliberately fucking up timelines
exactly.
because he can't. Yeah, he's just bitter because he, like you said, he couldn't get home, so he just went bitter and crazy.
Mad.
Yeah.
It turns into like what's that awful Time Cop? It turns into like Time Cop.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Or what if it turns? You remember that Jet Li movie, The One, when he was going through different timelines, like killing himself to get more powerful?
Yes.
What if that's what he's doing now?
I like it. I'm in for that.
I dig it.
That would have been an interesting twist in the show too, right? Like if he were leaping, and at a certain point he realizes that he's just leaping into himself in different timelines, and just like can't quite get back to his actual timeline.
I like it.
And of course kills all the other versions of him.
I mean, it's like Highlander rules.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Decapitation, lightning storm, more power.
Yep.
Because there can be only one.
Yeah, that's how life works.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. That's why I've been killing Bryans since I was a little kid.
Fuck them little Bryans, am I right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know about that, but whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm less threatened by it, than some other reboots. There are some shows where they've talked about rebooting and stuff to where it's like you said, it's not a full-on reboot in like a recast and a rethinking, but it's just more of a, hey, we can pick up 5 years down the road or whatever, and maybe tell stories like King of the Hill. I think that's the goal with that. I don't think it's supposed to be a complete like reimagining as far as what I've read, as much as it's supposed to be more of a picking up or just going back. So literally they could just go back and be the same characters and just tell more stories.
Yeah, like I am more inclined to be on board for like a team of people trying to find him as opposed to, here comes fucking young boy Hollywood as Dr. Sam Beckett.
Yep, Tom Holland as Dr. Sam Beckett.
No, don't. How dare you?
Yeah, like when they tried to put Shia LaBeouf in the Indiana Jones movie with the intent of he was going to basically become the new Indiana Jones,
Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's right.
No, we're not having this.
Right. Everybody knows Kevin James should be the new Indiana Jones anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly. I want to see overweight Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I want to see Montana Jones.
I like this idea actually. Perfect. Actually, they wouldn't use Kevin James. They'd cast Jack Black. So
I mean, I'd be on board for that. He looked pretty dapper when he was a fedora wearing outdoorsman in like King Kong, and then later in Jumanji with his pith helmet and shit.
Yes.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Plus he's fun.
Yeah, and there could be singing.
Well, let's not do that. I don't need Indiana Jones the musical.
I do, but only if Harrison Ford's in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately, Sean Connery's gone, because that would be perfect.
Yes.
Just have those two doing duets. It'd be fantastic.
I agree.
Probably not.
No, you don't think so? This mouse.
All right, that's weird.
There you go.
So, I saw. I don't remember who posted it in our group chat, but about the story about the truck with 100 lab monkeys.
Garrett threw that up.
Yes. Okay, yeah, and out of the 100, 4 had escaped, which sounds like the intro to a movie.
Exactly.
It's so nuts. Oh, apparently 3 are still missing.
At large.
Yeah, and it's like you just know they're up to some monkey shit.
Oh, hell yeah, they're doing monkey shit.
Yeah, just
fucking up dogs, throwing them off roofs.
I hope not, man. We don't need another outbreak of that. Jeez, that'd be terrible.
Dogs gonna do it, or monkey's gonna do what monkey's gonna do.
It's the real problem is that it's super cold out where they crashed, and basically, I think they're more likely to find monkey sickles than they are to find much of anything else. So.
I mean, you're probably right.
Yeah. I mean, unless they're like that one. Do you remember that a few years ago when that one monkey had like that big fur coat on that was walking out of a store?
That guy was pretty dope. He kind of looked like Bane.
I mean, if they go find some coats or something, or some ski suits.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Then they might be all right.
I mean, they could put on ski suits and masks and just walk into any store and everybody like, whatever, COVID.
Right, yeah. Just start robbing banks.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. They become the greatest team of bank robbers ever. Because, the police show up and they were like monkey-sized, but they didn't act like monkeys.
They didn't say anything, but they definitely weren't monkeys, but they were definitely monkey-shaped.
They were monkey-adjacent.
Monkey adjacent.
It's,
Yeah, good times.
The cops are just baffled. They can't figure out, even means.
Meanwhile, there's 3 monkeys like on Miami Beach right now, like just chilling.
Yep. Or for when they rob a place, they just stack up in one long coat, and rob the place. And then
I just want to see an epic journey, much like "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?"
Yeah. That would be great. Oh monkey, where art thou?
Where art thou? I'd watch that movie 100%. That'd be great.
100%. Yeah. It's once again we'll go back to my recasting, TV shows and movies with monkeys.
I mean, if they're gonna reboot Quantum Leap with monkeys, I'm in.
Oh yeah, 100%. I was just thinking, oh, thou, but just monkeys.
Right,
so,
right.
That'd be good times. Oh man, there was it about a month ago that movie was on some channel, and I hadn't seen it since like it came out on video. That was the last time I watched it. Man, I forgot how good of a movie that is. That soundtrack is
banging,
amazing.
Dude.
Yeah,
actually, you know what? Now that you mention that, I'm going to click on my notes here because I've got a note for vinyls to look for, and I'm gonna look for that album.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that soundtrack's so good. I forgot how funny that movie is, though. Yeah, that's definitely one that should be in a every once in a while throw it on and watch rotation.
Absolutely. I used to have the Blu-ray. I probably still do, honestly, because I got a ton of Blu-rays in my basement that are just locked away and sad.
Yeah.
And I used to just throw it on when I was cleaning the house and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it stinks because it's one of those movies that I wish, it's too bad that it was rated R.
Right.
Or I think it was because, you couldn't throw it in at the, like, man, the soundtrack, though. So At one point, I had the soundtrack, and I would just bring it in and throw the soundtrack in. So good.
Because why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mesh, quite.
So let's see. Well, you probably don't have any real stories or anything then, right? Or do you have anything else to get to?
Not
Or
really. Let me look at my
couple stories
let me
here.
pull
That's
up
why
my
I was.
notes. No, I got like all my little ones I want to talk about. I already knocked out.
All right. Well, real quick, did you watch Boba Fett?
No.
Damn it, man! You son
What
of
are
a
you gonna
bitch!
do?
I watched that, and I watched the new episode of
I
Peacemaker.
haven't even watched any of Peacemaker.
Yeah, and that's still
Right?
so. I recommend that. It's got some good funny in it as well as just kind of a weird show, but in a good way.
Weirdness.
It's very James. You know, when you're watching it, you can really feel James Gunn had
I mean,
something
that's
to
fair.
do with this movie.
Yeah.
Like that. If you like his stuff, that bonus.
Go
If you
fuck
don't like his
yourself.
stuff, I don't know what to tell you. You know,
Right.
oh wait, go watch Who's the Boss or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, Angela.
Yeah, I've been watched some more of Golden Girls last night. You know, got to see Mario Lopez for the first time on the show, and got to see George
What if
Clooney.
we rebooted as Golden Gorillas?
I would watch that.
Sweet.
I definitely watch that. Yeah. Drink gorillas in their wigs right
Hell
now.
yeah.
Oh man, or one sashaying around like Blanche.
Definitely.
I'm not. Honestly, I just want to see the training videos of some training the gorilla to walk like Blanche. I feel like that would be entertaining on its own.
I
you
agree.
know, one of those Disney behind the scenes documentaries that they like doing for like all the Star Wars shows. You know.
Shit, excuse me. Yeah.
I will not.
Right.
I did see an HBO Max last night that I forgot the name of it. Well, not new, but it was like a year ago or whatever, that Bob Odenkirk movie where he plays like the hitman
I
or
just
whatever.
watched the trailer for that and I added it to my watch list. Nobody.
Yeah. Nobody. I saw that on
swore it
HBO
looked like it
Max.
had Doc Brown in it.
I don't know.
I can't remember the
don't
guy's
catch
real
that.
name.
Doc
Yeah,
Brown?
from Back to the Future. Who the fuck was Doc Brown?
Oh, wow. Why can't I think of it? Christopher Lloyd.
Like there's a little scene. I'm like, holy shit, was that? And I was like, I blanked.
It could be.
And I'm like, Doc Brown?
He's still alive, so it absolutely could be him.
Yeah.
You know. Fantastic though.
It does look like a fun movie.
Really, I definitely got to check that
Yeah.
out. That's I was, I just combed through HBO Max, and I, like every time I do, I'm just, for the longest time I was like, man, Hulu's the best money out there. I
HBO
don't
Max
know
is
now.
pretty strong.
They got some strong contenders, plus that whole HBO catalog. You know, it's like, whew, boy. So yeah, I was like, man, I gotta spend some time watching some of this other stuff out here. You know. So all right. Well, let's see. What else do I have here?
He's finally at the like Goldilocks temperature.
Wow.
I know,
Well, that's
right?
good, I guess. So, just the headline on this cracked me up. 2 men take corpse into Irish post office to claim dead man's pension.
I did see that headline. Fucking
They
weekend at
totally
Bernie's,
pulled the
buddy.
Bernie's. Yep. Jeez, they just propped the guy up. Was it? This is no cash handed over in the 2 man's body after a woman who had become suspicious.
Like,
One of you doesn't look alive. Oh man. Apparently they knew the man at least, which is good because they didn't just randomly like dig up a corpse or something,
that
or
would
steal
be weird.
A corpse. Yeah.
Yeah, where did they get the corpse from?
I don't see it. Yeah, it's Yeah, it doesn't say, but they said that the deceased man is reported to have been carrying his body.
Well, I mean,
that's
that's
all.
nice. At least he was well known.
Yeah.
What's wrong with people, right?
Yep.
The hell's wrong with people these days?
Trying to get them pension checks.
The images for this is not. Yeah.
Well, it's weird too because like you think of it here, and I believe all pension not pension, but Social Security type checks deposit. I think now I don't think you have an option anymore. So I'm just thinking like, wow, really? They don't do that in other countries, or
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe we, our pals over the pond, Cy and Megan, could weigh in on this.
I don't know.
What's up with the Irish?
Yeah, because clearly they're Irish experts since they are in England.
I assume they probably think we're Canadian experts. Actually, Megan's more of a Canadian expert than we are since she's from Minnesota. It's basically Canada South.
If we were from the UP, we could make an argument.
Yes.
But being that we're from the wrist of Michigan, or near the wrist of Michigan, we can't make enough of a claim. That's why when I tell people I'm from Michigan or in Michigan, and they'll, oh man, it must be blah 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 there. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not in that part of Michigan.
Wrong part of Michigan, bro.
Like I was telling Heno the other night, there was actually, they showed on the weather, one of the systems that was kind of swirling around us. There was like all this snow to the north of us, all this snow to the south and west of us. But there was this line from like Fort Wayne to here that was just clear as can be.
Thank you, Lake Erie.
And I was like, this is a perfect representation of what we go through a lot of the time here.
Yeah.
Where we just get belted everywhere around us, but we are squeaky clean, or we get slurry, a little rain, or whatever.
Completely fucked.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's see. What else do I have here? Oh, man, this one. I'm sure you saw this one, too. The Italian Senate meeting interrupted by hentai.
Well, this one I did not see.
No? Oh, okay. It says someone entered this meeting and started to stream a pornographic video of Final Fantasy VII's Tifa Lockhart. A speaker was introducing the results of their research when the feed was taken over. The video was 3D rendered in Unreal, and there's Tifa and an unidentified male character. A senator can be heard asking, "What is this?"
What is this? He says.
Like, it basically, someone kind of, it sounds like somebody kind of hacked into the call.
Right.
Because it was on like Zoom or something
hilarious.
like that. Yeah. I was looking to see if it's actually any sort of a crime or not. I don't know that it is, but
send us that link
did all the
immediately.
police.
We'll track it down.
Like, oh yeah, we've seen it.
Yeah, check out this link in the alley over there.
But yeah, that was very much made me laugh. Somebody just randomly broke into the damn Senate meeting and just, started dumping some anime porn.
I mean, that'll learn you.
Yep.
Don't have meetings on Zoom.
That's right. That's what happens. I think they probably did him a favor. It probably livened up the meeting for a while.
Oh, I'm sure. Got fresh and sexy for everybody.
Yeah. Speaking of sexy, this is just a video. I don't know why, but it made me laugh. Which it's from, and the headline on this is "Horse Kicks Tree, Farts on Dogs, Then Runs Away." And that is literally all that it is. It's a horse kicking a tree, farting on some dogs, and then it just runs away. And I don't know why, but it brought me great joy. So I figured other people may enjoy as well.
Wow. That sums it up right there, doesn't it?
Yep. I mean, that's more than today.
I mean, I don't understand. What got into this horse?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, something riled up, though. Apparently, my guess is that it was, that was its social commentary.
I mean, I got the video on right now. I got no audio, but, for our viewing audience, they can check it out. Is it? Yeah, I mean,
video up for the last one too, right?
just a screen cap of an edited version of it. Yes. All right, go get him, horse.
Yeah,
horse is doing horse shit.
That's why I said it's like there's really nothing to it. It made me laugh when I read the headline and then the video. So I figured, what the hell?
Horse shit.
Yep, doing horse shit.
Sucks when you're like, ooh, I have a soundbite for this. Oh, my soundboard turned off probably 15 minutes ago.
Nice.
Soundboard.
Yep. So yeah, I think all I got here.
Alrighty. Well, that's all I got too, my guy.
All right. Well, let's head on over to the Q of the W.
Shit, son.
A follow up to the "Shut Up and Take My Money" last week, the baloney face mask. I've seen a lot of news coverage, like CNN and different, how fast it sold out.
I don't think anybody probably had the hard hitting news like we had, though.
No, of course not. We always the hardest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
What was the question? Oh, right. What's a food you despise that everyone else loves, or something?
Huh. Now I know. I thought we had some more answers than the ones we actually have here.
There was a few on Facebook, at least. I remember seeing
maybe
at least two.
Maybe it's like because now that I'm using the stupid Business Suite app, when people post on Facebook or Instagram, I get notifications. So maybe that's what I'm fucking up with. Yeah, we definitely have. We definitely got them on the face page.
Okay.
I know I shared it, but I don't know if anyone answered on the one I shared, and I don't know if it ties in. I can't remember how this works.
I don't know.
So Jeff from Hobie. Oh, I'm sorry. The question was, what food do you despise other people love?
Yeah.
He says sweet potatoes or yams. Boo!
Yeah, sorry,
it's the most vile substance to ever pass my lips. Just
the
smell causes my gag reflexes, and I feel personally attacked when quote-unquote health nuts recommend replacing potatoes with sweet potatoes.
Dude, they're so much better than regulars, though.
They both have their place.
Dude, yeah. But if you, like, especially, like, if I'm having a steak dinner and you're like, hey, sweet potato or regular potato, I'm like, that regular potato.
Bourbon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tony, your answer should have second steak.
Yeah. You mean more steak?
Remember, was it last week or the week before when you talked about that?
Yes.
You wanted a steak with a side of steak.
Kiki, she says egg salad.
Because part of my answer was eggs, and
I mean, I'm
egg
an
salad.
egg salad fan, but it's got to be fresh because I can't buy that shit.
Dude, I do salad. I can honestly, like, I can't do potato salad if there's egg in it. Like plain, like, side salad if they got it, I'm like, nope. Because like I said last week, I can't boiled eggs.
Right.
So yeah. So it was kind of things for me.
Bro,
that's
I'm
why
just gonna make you a raw egg sandwich. That
delicious. I make egg salads. I just crack an egg right over some lettuce. That's an egg salad. Right. Perfect. Well, salt, pepper. We're good to go here.
Here's a name I haven't seen in a while. Benjamin Domshot. I haven't talked to that man in a while. Says eggs and yogurt.
Yep. I'm with him on both. I hate yogurt too. Gotta bury yogurt in something like for eggs. Me to eat. Perfect. No, it's like even in some of these, if it has a real kind of taste to it, I can't do it.
Fair enough.
So I've tried with fruit and all sorts of different ways. I can't do it. It's the funk of it, I don't like gaminess in meats, and I think it falls in line in that,
Right. That thing.
Now, I will say this: there's only one way I really like yogurt balls.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Diamond Fan Big Dev. It says licorice. Can't stand the stuff.
Now, we got to ask Dev, like, any licorice, or is he talking
I'm
just
assuming he
red
means black licorice.
I don't know. Dev's usually pretty careful with his words.
That's true.
Because he is a rules lawyer.
That's true.
So.
But I don't know. I mean, maybe he can clarify next week.
Right. Because I can't stand black licorice. I do love other. But I do know other people who don't like any licorice. All right. Fair enough.
Oh, here's another name. Haven't seen in a while, Brian.
Okay,
Steven Timmons.
Ah, old pal of ours.
Yes.
Yep.
He says Doritos.
That's interesting. Because I've seen him eat some funky stuff. Because, he's been off and on. I don't want to say vegan because I can't remember if he was vegan. He was definitely vegetarian for a while.
He also tagged on and beer.
Huh.
Which makes me sad.
Yeah.
You make me sad.
And
that's
then
all right.
Evelyn, which I can only assume must be his wife.
Yeah.
Also tagged on to his answer. She can't stand Stephen K. Timmons and bacon.
She can't stand her husband?
Which is hilarious.
Ouch. I mean, most people...
He's a good dude.
Yeah. Right there in your own house.
I know, right? Brutal.
Ouch. Bacon, though. It is interesting how many people I have known that don't like bacon. Again, I don't know, that if, there's a lot of people who don't like bacon for a variety of reasons. So I don't know what it would be, but like Jen, a co-host, she can no longer be in a house if there's cooking bacon. It turns her stomach. It made me so sad because I couldn't cook bacon.
It sounds like bullshit.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's tough. So between us, we couldn't have breakfast.
Right. Yeah. That's fair.
Eggs and pre-cooked bacon was about all we could have. So, no, I'm kidding.
And then last one on Facebook. Facebook went off this week on this question. Valerie, she says peanut butter.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there an allergy thing in there? Or is there a? Is it just doesn't like?
I don't know. No elaboration.
I could totally see it if peanut butter could potentially kill a person.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're allergic to peanut butter, one, get stronger genes.
Dang.
Two, I get it. I mean, me, I love peanut butter.
Me too.
It's not not unknown for me to be like, I'm kind of hungry. Spoonful of peanut butter. Yeah.
I mean, my go-to is always the.
Obviously I'll do that too, but
that's my favorite way to have peanut butter. Yeah, because obviously it's no secret I love apples as well, so that lets me hit two notes in one.
Yeah.
Just snack. Yeah.
So I'm gonna whip it over here to Instagram.
Okay.
And on Instagram we got our old pal Pray to God. Says oysters.
Yeah. Behind him on that. I've tried oysters one. The consistency I can't do.
It was kind of snotty.
Now, if we're talking like fresh oysters, like I don't know, I've never had oysters cooked in anything. Fresh oysters.
I've had fried oysters, they're pretty good, but I've also had fresh, and I don't mind them. Like on a cracker or some hot sauce. Of course, I was fucking hammered at the time too. But whatever.
Yeah, I don't
know what seafood's gonna have him make sweet, sweet love now.
Oh, he doesn't need it.
Okay, that's right.
He's pretty bad. Come on.
And then Michelle, she says shrimp and lobster. I guess she doesn't like bugs of the sea. For one, I'm a bug of the sea fan.
Yeah, I've had both. I'm fine with both. I'm not like a seafood dude anyway, but you know, I've eaten plenty of shrimp in my life. Not as much because, you know.
I mean, I like them both, but if I had my druthers, I'd probably eat like scrimps because I really do like shrimp. I mean,
Yeah.
lobster's good, but it's almost too sweet.
I don't like raw shrimp. Like I like fried shrimp or cooked shrimp.
You don't like
more.
fucking like peel and eats?
No, I'm more of a I like a nice little you know, crust on butter and a little seasoning and whatever, you know. So honestly, much like a lot of people, I think it's really more that you just like butter sauce than you actual seafood.
It's like hog's breath down in Key West, dude. I don't know what they do to their shrimp.
Yeah.
But they've got peel and eat shrimp, and whatever their marinade or seasoning is a fucking bomb.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like I want to hop on a plane now and get some. It's how good it is.
Like on the wing, gremlin.
Yes.
And can see you out.
Yeah, which also, you know, side note, made me sad because I do remember in like November or October, my mom was like, "Hey, we're doing this Key West thing in like January and blah blah blah." And I'm like, okay. I'm like, there's no way I don't have the time for this.
Right.
And then I'm looking on Facebook and it's like Peanut and my sister and my parents and their friend. I'm like, motherfucker. They're all just jamming in Key West. Yeah. I'm like, what? I should be with my family.
Why not there?
My family abandoned me.
Yeah. What would be great is if I went in and like Photoshop myself in those pictures before you saw them.
Like, what the fuck?
Like,
this is bullshit.
How was Bryan there?
Oh, geez. I almost drank from a mug from last week.
Oh, man.
Ooh, that was close.
That's like the old spit cup. Oh, man.
You got life just flashed before my eyes. God damn. That was almost me being home ill from work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Give me that fucking mug.
Tony, I heard he drank out of a mug a week before. Oh.
Yeah, like right before we started recording, I'm like, man, I got to run upstairs because I was like, I'm pretty sure I left my mugs up there from last week. Yeah, and then I ran upstairs and never took them downstairs.
Of course. Why would you? Yeah. Well, it's one, you know, be likely to get downstairs. Like, I'm not running upstairs, just run all the way back.
Yeah, so now I've got so much shit to carry downstairs. I did move my table. I don't know if you noticed, you can see more background. Yeah.
Yeah, a little or something up there. A nice little satchel.
I need like a dumb waiter so I can just put shit in a little tube or something and send it to my sink.
I mean, you already got a dumb waiter. You're sitting in the chair.
I mean, I suppose. Anywho, that's all I got for my end of the QoftheW.
So, what you need is a bag of holding.
Love a bag of holding.
Yeah. I'm sure someone on Etsy has
a real bag of holding.
Them available.
I mean,
well, it would be a real holding. It just wouldn't have any magical capabilities. Yeah, I mean, so over on Twitter, from for the show and previously mentioned Megan, she posted looks like a video of smiling tomatoes, but I'm assuming she means tomatoes.
Or bad tomatoes. Must be bad tomatoes.
I don't know. Hold on, I'm playing the video. Because it looks like at the bottom it says it's from Subway, so I don't know. These are like singing tomatoes, so apparently she doesn't like singing tomatoes or something, or talking tomatoes, which I can understand. The question will be, she like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes? Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't a video. It was a GIF. But it had a play thing on it. That's why I thought it was a video. You know. But okay, that's interesting. Tomatoes? I don't know if I can agree with that one. It's a tough one.
Those tomatoes you cut open and it looks like notebook paper.
Yes.
Trash.
Oh,
they hurt my feelings.
Right. We've talked about that before. Yeah. Good tomatoes make all the difference on a good sandwich and stuff. You get a bad tomato. It's like, why is this here? Yeah. If it's a good tomato, don't even put it on my sandwich.
Yeah, I don't want to
give it to something as, like feed.
Exactly. Even the animals would probably tell you to piss off.
Yeah, they're like, this ain't a good tomato, and just throw it at you. Yeah. Our pal Mr. Jackal says, he's a man after my own heart. Brussels sprouts.
Ah.
which are the vilest thing ever made, pretty much. So, I can understand that one. And that I actually figured more, we'd get more of that. But like I said, it is one of those foods where it's very polarizing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like it's so funny too, because like again, watching all this Food Network I've been watching lately, there's quite a few times Brussels are used in a slaw or just served as a side, and it's like I look at them and I'm like, the dish looks fantastic, right. Visual. I know in there
is the sprouts of the Brussels
is just vileness, yeah. But I will say, if one chef put that food in front of you, respect
That's
them
fair.
enough to try it.
Yeah, I mean, at least you got that going for you.
Then probably I would just spit it right at it, of course.
See, I look at them and I go, delicious.
Yeah. No, that's because you're crazy.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know, maybe. So, oh, yeah, I guess I should check the email because I would assume there's probably an answer
Cheeto?
From old pal. Yep, here we go. Spice love raw tomatoes.
Oh.
I don't despise them. I try to avoid them. I can also tomatoes because a lot of people do because it's one of those like what do you call them, the nightshade foods, yeah, and they do irritate, they can, like arthritis and stuff like that. So I can understand.
Right.
But also, I mean, come on, Tanya. Like all the Italian foods.
I know, Italian.
No tomatoes. I mean, raw tomatoes though I can get because, but again, if you got a good raw tomato on a sandwich, like dude, I watched one of the triple D
salt and pepper on there.
Dude, a guy I watched the other day, he made his BLT is he takes bacon that he makes himself, grinds it up, and makes a patty.
Okay, I'm in.
And serves it with like heirloom tomato, greens, house made like aioli on like ciabatta.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, sign me up for like 12 of those.
Yeah, that sounds legit as fuck.
That tomato looks so good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, there's a difference when you get your weird hothouse tomato and like a local farmer's market heirloom tomato.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a shame when you get those other tomatoes home and you slice it and you look at it and go, I know that it's not going to be watermelon.
Yeah.
You cut into a watermelon and you go, because you didn't pick a good one.
Exactly.
It's like, now I'm sad because this watermelon is clunky.
You make me sad.
Exactly.
All right, so Cheeto has a Hobie pick though, which I'm actually surprised because I've had people say this before, which is raw celery. He says, "Fuck that noise, man. It's like chewing pep with less flavor." He says, "I despise raw celery, but I don't know that most people love it." I kind of feel the thinking on celery has kind of shifted since we were kids. I think a lot of people liked celery when we were kids, and I feel like there's a lot more hate for celery, which leads me to wonder if there's a potato that has changed. Because think of it this way: when we were little children, red delicious apples were actually red delicious apples. Red delicious apples now is an absolute lie. They're usually just mealy.
Red mealy disappointments.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would call them if I was marketing them. Sell 1 million of them that way.
You know what? It's interesting because I haven't had a raw stalk of celery in a while. But I recall celery sometimes, not always, sometimes having like almost a peppery taste.
Yeah, and I've had some that has kind of a bitter taste to it.
And some of it just tastes like clean water.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know what the difference is there.
I'm hoping more for that peppery taste or clean water, and less of obviously taste, which means you probably just exactly. Or that because the bitter taste of it, I've noticed bought over the years has that bitter taste to it. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But I don't enjoy celery the way I used to. When I was a kid, dude, I eat celery all the time. I used to just eat carrot sticks and celery.
Fucking ants on a log, am I right? Except fuck the ants, just give me the log.
Honestly, that was most of the time was just like a little peanut butter with. I just put some peanut butter. A lot of times, just dip the celery in it. I would eat them raw too, just plain. Whereas now I have a hard time eating celery or peanut butter with it in order to eat it. So I don't know if something's shifted in that or what, but I've seen quite a bit of hatred for celery on Twitter over the years. I would say that. Yeah. So if people love it as much, people eat it because it's what do they call those, like zero foods or whatever, where basically essentially or
whatever.
This is
diet food. According to WW, 0 points.
Because you can basically eat a lot of it and not really affect your calorie intake and stuff. And obviously, it's
my pants later.
High sugar food.
I know. That sounds like a great time.
That's how you lose weight, man.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm going to eat this wheel of shame and shit my pants later. What of it?
And I'll bet we lose similar amounts of weight. Oh, man. So that's what I got for this week for QoftheW.
All right, fair enough.
So you have any more, or do you want to do one of mine this week?
I mean, I think I got 2 more.
Okay. What you got?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I actually have one requested by your nephew that we do this week.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Because, apparently he wants to possibly get into the food business.
Okay.
He's kicking around these ideas, apparently.
Okay.
And he would like to poll the beautiful Salty Language listeners.
Okay.
And ask them what their favorite sandwich is. Now I'm gonna go 2 categories here. I'm gonna go your easy basic sandwich.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go something a little more high end.
Okay.
Because I don't know what he's looking for, but I like giving answers.
Man, this is tough for me. All right. So, do you have answers already? Because I
have answers.
Okay. I was saying I need a minute to kind of mull it over.
So for your basic bitch sandwiches, I'm actually going to give 3 sandwiches. I'm hobbying the fuck out of this.
I guess. Okay. Well, if you'll do that, that makes my situation easier. All right.
I love a classic peanut butter and jelly.
Amen.
I will eat those all day.
Same here. Yep.
Love them.
Yeah.
Love them to the point it scares me how much I love them.
Right.
Okay. I also, basic bitch sandwich, love just a fucking grilled cheese.
Amen.
But I need to have American cheese and another cheese.
That's how I
binder for you. You need like the gooiness of the American, but I need the flavor of the good cheese.
I'll give you that. I'm now not to say that I won't just eat one with plain American on it, because I absolutely would. But
better cook that fucking butter. I'll kill you.
No mayo? I've seen on Triple D, there's 2 grilled cheese trucks that they were on in the last week.
I've never tried the mayo.
That 2 of these use a mixture of mayo and butter as their spread.
That sounds pretty dull. I see. I've never tried the mayo trick. I've heard it's amazing.
I've heard it too. I have not either, but it makes total sense why it would work. So yeah. But I'm with you on that sandwich though too. Those were the 2 basic sandwiches, like real basic, like pretty much can make those anytime type sandwiches. But now also 2 sandwiches I refuse to pay for in a restaurant generally.
Oh yeah, it's got to be incredible.
Grilled cheese I might. Now I will say I have paid for a peanut butter and jelly one time, but it was a peanut butter jelly banana deep fried sandwich.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. It wasn't just here's a peanut butter jelly on Wonder Bread or something,
But if you're going to step it up.
Yeah.
And I still think about the sandwich that I had a couple weeks ago. That's how good it was.
That's not the one I was thinking of.
Oh, I know what you're thinking. We're on the same vein.
Okay.
But I'm going French dip.
Okay. Yeah, it is really along the same vein.
Crusty soft bread, shaved steak, and fucking you.
Yeah. Usually a little like Swiss on there, or a little
Swiss,
melty
a little
cheese.
Swiss cheese.
Yeah, because usually it's like you don't melt the cheese on the sandwich, but when you dip it, that kind of gives you a little melt on the cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only reason I say a French dip is that one I had at the Dirty Bird a couple weeks ago. I'm still honestly thinking about it because it was so delicious.
Right, because the one we're referring to that's in the same vein, of course, would be, a sandwich.
The classic Chicago Italian hot beef.
That thing haunts me in my dreams
you
still.
You need that Italian fucking roast beef with the sauce, the gravy, peppers, if you will, and the peppers and what do they call that? The giardina or whatever the hell.
I forgot what
spicy pickled concoction is, and
dude, I have
life-changing sandwich.
Windows just open. There's just a light, and you hear
Brian, I still haven't got you to Heavy Brewing because they do have Toledo hot beef sandwiches.
Yeah, I know.
They're not as good as the Chicago hot beef, but they're pretty good.
So that would have been one of the ones I was thinking about for sure.
Yeah.
Because honestly, one of the things I was kind of mulling over in my head was like, would I pick that sandwich over like a cheesesteak? Because man, I love a cheesesteak.
Right.
But there are very big similarities, but they are still very different sandwiches. And I'm talking, I want the traditional with the whiz and,
Oh yeah.
I like mine with a little, with peppers, onions, cheese whiz, and a nice soft but kind of crunchy roll. So, because the only other sandwich that really, it's funny because you can just go down this long list of
sandwiches are incredible. Let's be honest.
It's like a club sandwich, man. That's a simple sandwich, but when it's done right, delicious.
Yeah, triple decker.
Yeah, for sure. With the fresh goodness on it. Yeah.
So big it needs fucking skewers to hold it together.
Yeah, buddy. I was also thinking of a chicken parm sandwich because I do enjoy a good chicken parm. But I think I was thinking about it. It's like I'd rather have chicken parm as a dinner than the sandwich.
The sandwich it's kind of like for gentlemen as such of us with our facial configurations.
It's a mess. Yeah,
it's a disaster.
Well, so is that Al's hot beef. Literally, we're taking a bath in that gravy.
Yeah, but
I ain't mad at it.
We I told you we went out tonight and I got we went to the Village Inn. Normally I get a burger because they do smash burgers and they're delicious, but I'm like, I'm gonna get this meatball sandwich.
Yeah,
and it was fucking incredible. But the cheese was so like every time I took a bite, I was fighting cheese, and I had to ask Michelle, I'm like, do I have cheese in my beard? Because I can't tell,
Meanwhile, it looked like you had just spider webs all over your beard.
Exactly.
All cheese, yeah.
Yeah,
there's that.
Just won best up and comer in the gay VNs or whatever.
Wow. Dang, best target. Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah. Wow. I was trying to think as we're talking here, like if there's another like, had it once but have never had it again, like but dream of that sandwich. And it was like just the Al's hot beef is the one that really stands out in my head. Like the one that I really keep thinking of going, man, I really want another one of those.
Yeah, I know. I plan on going to Chicago. I'm hoping next year for a weekend.
Yeah.
And I am going to visit, if not Al's hot beef, I'm for sure just going to get a Chicago hot beef sandwich from somewhere.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. If I can't go, I might just have to have you bring me back like 19 of them. So,
sandwiches.
Seriously, I still regret that you and I didn't go back and get another one.
I know. Right?
Like, as soon as we walked out the door, we weren't like, you know what?
Yeah.
We should probably grab a sack of these for the hotel room.
Yeah, that shit was ridiculous.
Yeah. It's interesting though. Like when you talk sandwiches, it's like, I just, there's so many different types of sandwiches that I love, I really do. Like, and I think about all the different sandwich shops over the years I've been to and restaurants we've been to where it's like, hey, let's try this sandwich or that sandwich that they have that's a special on their menu. Like, seriously, what's better than just a classic pulled pork sandwich?
Right.
That's why I said it's pretty tough. But I think for me, like cheesesteak is definitely one of my go-to sandwiches. Like if I see it on a menu somewhere, I'm likely to have tried it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But same with a French dip's the same way. Because again, if a place nails that gravy, you'll dream about that gravy for a while.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, I ain't mad at that either. So yeah, this one I expect there to be quite a few Hobie answers
I
on.
hope so, because I mean, he texted me like 2 days ago. He
Mm,
was like, "Hey, do you think I'm trying to, think of this thing? Do you think you guys could talk about?" I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, dude. Let's do it." I
sure.
love
Oh yeah,
sandwiches. I
I
honestly
was
think
gonna,
it's something we've asked people before,
yeah, I think
but
so
I
too.
mean, we've been doing this for like ever, so whatever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, you and I get to talk about
Yeah.
sandwiches.
Oh
Oh,
shucks, I get to have good
like we.
sandwich dreams now when I go to bed.
I was gonna say like we don't already
I know.
talk,
You know how many
talk about
times I dreamed I'm just running down the road holding two pieces of bread in each, and we're all holding hands and skipping because we're off to make
oh,
a
it's.
sandwich. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
I'm picturing the old Coke, the I'd like to teach the world to sing, where everyone's like holding hands and all this. I'm just picturing that, but it's everybody's making
Hell
sandwiches
yeah.
and just because how could you be upset when you're making a good sandwich?
Exactly.
Oh, dude, see that's the thing is the longer we think and talk about it, it's like, dude, a big like corned beef
Right?
or a
Fuck
pastrami.
yeah.